Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Rule Web, and Great Jump to the younger brothers in the truth. And peace and blessing to the hopeful lit Lord with this edifying. And I'm going to title this lesson all of a sudden because as we all know what happened earlier with the cell towers and brothers been reporting on it and truth has been reporting on it in the news, been in the news and reporting on this uh cell communications outage on how, you know uh, and I was gonna title it all of a sudden because all of a sudden all hell gonna break loose any day now. And it's gonna start, and it's possibly gonna start subtle, like something like that. The uh, phone. I say the internet because a motherfucker phone can start working long as the internet working. Shit still pumping. People still got social media. People still can send emails one to another. People got GPS. People still can do everything they need to do. And then you got all these different apps now to where you can communicate, and social media site, you can communicate without your cell phone, long as Wi-Fi up and functioning and people got hotspots. But if the internet go down, oh my. If the internet go down, it's gonna be bad, man. You know? So that's why I titled to listen all of a sudden, because all of a sudden, any day now, we gonna find ourselves in the midst of Jacob's trouble. And it ain't gonna be no warning. Oh, we entering into the time of Jacob trouble. No, you gotta know the prophecy. That's why we doing this week in, week out, day in, day out, watching the videos, constantly in the scriptures, constantly, observing the times, man. Because the day of the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night. I'm gonna grab that real quick. You get a precept. This Second Peter chapter 3 in verse 10 it say, but the day of the Lord come as a but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. But hold up, before the day of the Lord, that great day of the Lord's return come, all hell gonna break loose. All out chaos, anarchy, you know. Let me go get it. Matter of fact, I think I was laid out. Yep. So, like, let me grab this top first and try and type it up. The time coming where this gonna come to pass. Let me grab it real quick. So, like, in the book of Second Exodus, chapter 15, and I'm gonna somewhat get straight to the point. Um, Second Exodus, chapter 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hand, and there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. And that time is gonna come when that time now is gonna come when what? That's gonna come before the day of that great and terrible day of the Lord, which is all basically gonna be right there because all hell gonna break loose. Esau gonna come with that seal, uh, 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 and that the MOTB, you know, and force it upon all. He ain't gonna physically force it, but he gonna do things that people gonna be trying to save their life. Well, if you don't get this, you ain't gonna be able to get your chick Friday. Well, if you don't get this, you ain't gonna be able to go into the store and buy and sell. You can't put gas in your car. You know, all these things. That gotta happen. That's one of the main things that gotta happen before the Lord returns. You know, and that's gonna be the trying of every each and every individual on the face of the earth. Faith ultimately, each and every individual who in these up and coming countries with internet and TVs and like current society. I ain't talking about nobody off grid in an island that nobody know about. A little tribe somewhere in the outback, goddamn Africa somewhere. I ain't talking about this. Somebody deep off in the Amazon. Well, it's just a little small tribe. No, we talking about places where it's functioning societies. They are part of this global system. That see him gonna be administered. And forced upon the people, and they that don't take it are gonna be put to death. You're gonna cause them to be put to death. Gonna take away them comforts. You know, and you're gonna be an outcast, so to speak. And if they catch you, it's gonna be, shit. Hey, either gonna take it or we're gonna put you to death. You know, and these things are gonna happen all of a sudden. Ain't gonna be no warning. You got this the warning right now. The men of the Lord, we've been warning you. We've been warning our people that these things are gonna come to pass. We just started warning our people yesterday about grid down scenarios and famine and chaos and checkpoints and martial law and uprising of pestilence and famines and the weather worsening. We just started speaking of these things. The apostles been speaking of these things and each and every brother in their life, man. You know, each and every brother in their life. When they came into this and started believing, they started teaching and preaching for however many years they've been in. But the apostles, what, 40, 30, 40 plus years, man, been teaching about these things. So that's the warning. That's the warning that you're gonna get, and our people neglected the warning. Our people living they going on about they day to day like ain't nothing gonna happen. It was a big panic, when it was going down. Everybody was like, everybody hollering about AT&T, but this thing is bigger than AT&T. This thing is bigger than T-Mobile, Verizon, Straight Talk, or whoever you had and you lost signal. The Android and the iPhone is bigger than all that, man. It's bigger than it's bigger than that, man. This thing is serious. It's deadly serious. Like America, we are entering into the time of war. We in the time of war. We entering into the time of World War III. We in the beginning stages, of World War III. We in the beginning stages of all hell breaking loose. And people playing, partying, bullshitting, days of Noah spirit. But all of a sudden, the internet gonna be down. Maybe the internet and the phone gonna go down next time, and maybe it ain't gonna be a handful of people. Some servers working. No, it's gonna be a total grid down scenario to the point where maybe even the power, everything go out for 3 days. Man, people gonna be panicking, man. But we gonna be stable because what we've been warning of these things. We've been preparing spiritually and mentally for these things. Not so much physically because, hey man, we gonna trust in the Lord, but everybody who know, like the scripture say, a wise man foreseeth the evil and he hideth himself. Every individual should be in some kind of shape to be able, because we come to a time where you gonna need to be in some kind of shape, and you'd rather be in some kind of shape before that time comes instead of having to get in shape in the midst of that time. Even though the Lord got us, but like the scripture say, bodily exercise profitable little. You want to be in some kind of shape, some kind of physical shape, and not just no slouch, because hey. You don't know what kind of situation Lord throw us in the times we coming into, man. You might have to hand to hand combat with a nigga who trying to kill you, man. Why? Because they have no hope. You know, you might have to go hand to hand. He, got a machete or some shit. You know, or you may be on the run. You might have to travel on your 2 feet. Ike and Mike, man, not no vehicle. You, Ike and Mike gonna have to get you where you trying to go. And you might have to walk a long way, a couple miles. You know, jog a couple miles. You gonna have to be on the move. You know, not much rest. When you get rest, you'll rather be in some kind of physical, physically fit when that time comes, in shape a little, at least a little bit, you know. But all of a sudden, these things are gonna come upon the world, and and they're gonna be taken. Why? Because they ain't watching for that thief. They ain't watching for the day of the Lord. They ain't watching for these prophecies that's gonna overtake them. Um, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter uh, 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thought, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. Yeah, so it's time to turn to the Lord and forsake your ways, and turn back to the ways of the Lord, man. Why? Because all of a sudden this thing gonna go down, and it's gonna be too late, and the famine of the word gonna strike. See, these are we living in those times. Any day now could be the last day of us teaching. Because Esau at his wits end. Esau got bounds he can't pass, and he know that. So he trying to, ain't no telling what kind of message he got from the left hand spirits telling him, look, you got to get this thing cracking, or you gonna it's over with for you. Even though it's over with, no matter what he do, you know he doing all these enchantments and seeking for messages and signs, and that's the sign. Look, you gotta go with your move, or you'll never succeed. If you move now, you'll succeed. The Lord sent a deceiving spirit to this nigga, so he finna go ahead and move with his plan. And not only that, all the geopolitical things that's going on. Esau gonna have to make his move for everybody to catch on. So people still sleep. People still in the daze and bugged out. You got a handful of people who understand what's going on. That it's a so-called shadow government, which is the elites. Who paying attention to it. But more people gonna wake up to it. More and more people gonna wake up to it and start catching on. So he gonna try to make his move because he is the minority, so to speak. It's only a handful of those super rich elites, and they want to depopulate the earth, and what that'll be a great way to depopulate the earth: war, anarchy, chaos, famine, pestilence, uh, grid down scenarios, because nobody is gonna be nobody. Only the strong gonna survive if the power go out and never come back on. A lot of people just gonna die from stress, anxiety. A lot of people gonna be dying from, people ain't gonna be able to handle it. That that abrupt change from this comfortable life back to like the Stone Ages, man. Only way we gonna be able to handle this, yeah, how about Shemi Hawashai? I ain't saying we nothing special, no, you know, super survivalists like the preppers, and nah, we ain't prepping or nothing. We ain't got a thousand and guns with cartridges of bullets and you know, health, what they call first aid kits and shit like that. No, I ain't. We ain't no preppers or nothing. We spiritually preppers. We know the Lord gonna take care of His elect. That's why we do what we do, man. That's why we sacrificed our everything according to this word. That's why we forsook this place, man, because we want to be delivered from what the Lord is finna. The Lord is doing this. We want to be delivered from what the Lord is finna allow to happen in the earth, man. And this thing gonna be all of a sudden, just like this phone shit. This your phone been you ain't even know it, but your phone been fucked up all night, man. Your shit been out since 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man. All you got is the SOS, and like I watched a couple videos played through, and it was like in some areas people couldn't even call. It had the SOS up there, but they couldn't call the police. Why? Because what if the police use one of these service providers that's linked to AT&T or T-Mobile or whoever? How they calls gonna get through? How you gonna get through to them? And you want to know what that's gonna open up the door for? Crime. People gonna do as they will. People gonna, oh, shit, I can get away with it. Shit, I'm finna do this, this, and this before this shit come back up, and maybe I can be, people gonna be doing all manners of wickedness, thinking they gonna be able to get, knowing they gonna be able to get away with it without any consequences. You know, go now, an airplane, go sit down here. Yeah, but these things are gonna come upon the people unawares, and all the people gonna be prepared is the elect of the nation of Israel. I'm gonna get this real quick. This Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but a famine of hearing the word of the Lord. And Salaki, but of hearing the word of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, from north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. Yeah, so that's what's getting ready to come. See, all of a sudden, our hair gonna start breaking loose, and people gonna be looking for the Lord, and they ain't gonna be able to find it because if something like this happen and the internet go down, you know, or the phones go down and they be out, say everything go out for 2 weeks, shit gonna be fucked up. This economy gonna crash like a motherfucker if the power and the internet and the phones and all that go down for that long. People gonna be starving. People gonna be doing all manners of evil, and then when it pop back up, all videos gonna be gone. You know, everything gonna be gone. The only way you gonna be able to access, you gonna have to get a what they call, damn, what they call this shit, digital ID or some crazy shit. You know where you gonna be at? That see here. Only way you're gonna be able to get into the back online and back to normal. Announce the dollars crashed. We switch it. They ain't gonna say, it might not say the dollar has crashed. They're gonna be like, turn in all your currency. Look, fiat currency will no longer be used in society. And if you want to keep what you have to turn it in and come receive, this MOTB, this CHI to the P. You know, you're gonna have to do these things. So, we ain't gotta play this. Everybody know what was going on. Well, let's play this though.
This is Dabu 7. We now have pharmacies across the country reporting delays to prescription orders, and it's all due to an ongoing cyber attack against one of the nation's largest healthcare tech.
And who's to say that what happened earlier was some form of cyber attack? Because if I ain't mistaken, or when the article popped up, because I was hooked to my iPad Wi-Fi all day. That's what threw me off. When I'm at work, I be trying to watch the videos all day, and I be frustrated when I ain't got my earphones, can't watch the videos. So that's when I noticed that damn something wrong with the phone. So while I'm at the crib getting ready for work, whatever, boom, boom, my phone was working. Why? Because the Wi-Fi. So I ain't think nothing of it until I jumped in the car and got the ride trying to play a video. Damn, video. I'm turning my phone off, turning it back on. Damn, what's wrong with my phone? My tablet working. My son's tablet working. I'm like, damn, okay, these tablets working. Why the hell the phones ain't working? So damn, it must be bigger than just my phone. Checking, I know I just paid my bill, checking this shit. So I go on social media, boom. You ain't the only one. It's a lot of people phone down, and they saying this many thousand people, that many thousand people. There was way more people phones was off who just ain't try to report it, man. You know what I'm saying? They're like, fuck it, it'll come back up. And that's the mindset of like, fuck it, it'll just come back up. But if the day gonna come, all of a sudden, well, it ain't gonna come back up. Then people gonna panic. A full day, motherfuckers gonna. If it would have went to everybody got off work and out of school, there's gonna be a lot of frustrated and worried people, man. Let alone it would have went a whole day down. People gonna be worried. People gonna be frustrated. You know.
Technology companies. They're saying that Change Healthcare has reported this morning that they cannot process orders from patients or anyone throughout the U.S. because of this cybersecurity issue. It's affecting its networks. They noticed this first thing this morning, and in response to this, they disconnected from being online and disconnected from their systems, is how they put it, to stop further impacts. So this is an ongoing event. They say that they will provide updated information as it becomes available, but this affects pharmacies across the country as they have been put on notice that this will disrupt their ability to get certain medicines and different things like that from the pharmacy from here forward until they clear this up. Some are saying, is this a beta test? What's the odds that this is happening at the same time as the big cell phone outage? Regardless, it seems like something is in the offing, and I would be ready for it. And a lot more of this type of stuff. I'll leave a link below. Follow me on Twitter for updates. Join me on the live streams Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on DLive and Rumble, where I talk about things they want to censor on all these other platforms. Much love.
Classic,
And
cheesy,
this that
crunchy, blast of flavor.
like this that video of Klaus Schwab, and then they saying gigantic solar flare causes worldwide communications blackout affecting millions. And they can blame it on the solar flare and just flip the switch. Just like cut the light off, man, and blame it on the solar flare. The whole time it's them cutting the light off, man. And they've been warning, oh, solar flare is coming. Oh, this, that, you know. The whole time it's them cutting the lights off, man. They doing it. But it say gigantic solar flare causes worldwide communications blackout affecting millions. Now they've been saying that the sun that I forgot what they call this shit. Um damn what they call this shit. Yeah, what they call it? Where the sun throwing off all those violent solar storms, so to speak, solar flares. I forgot what they call it. What it is, what it is. I don't need to know. Damn, I wish I knew though. Throwing off all them solar storms. Oh, it's gonna be a couple years, and like I was saying when I was reporting on it, so to speak, they saying it's gonna be a couple years. They gonna yeah, next 5 years, or around 2030, we reaching around 2024. No, that shit gonna happen this year, and they gonna blame it on it this year if they want to. They throwing it out there like it's gonna be so far down the road, and then it's gonna be like it was unexpected and it happened sooner than we believe. You know, the big solar flare that wiped out the internet and phones and the power grid. You know, but that's what they saying affected the the phones today. But my thing is this: if it was a solar flare, why was my phone working and my boss man phone? I mean, why was my phone not working, but my boss man phone was working? He had AT&T too. You know, his phone was working. We were right next to each other. His phone working, my phone not working. Well, not like I thought all phones were connected to the same, the same towers and run through the same thing. And if I ain't mistaken, he walked. Well, I was, way up on a porch that's fucking 20 some feet up in the air. And he was down on the ground talking on the phone, and I heard him saying he talked to because he like manager. If I ain't mistaken, this who he was talking to. He managed a little. Damn, I don't know what it's called. A fucking a commercial warehouse and thing for some guy who live out of town, and he just helped him manage it, so to speak. And I guess the security called him about an alarm going off, something like the security. And he was talking to a guy at security. Now, what I heard was fake. I may try to crack him and get him to bring it. I mean, speak about it some more. But if I ain't mistaken, that's what he was saying, and that they were saying because he was mentioning what I seen because I was like they saying that it was so, which I was just saying it. I'm already thinking like, nah, it probably, some hacking shit. And that's what he was saying on the phone. He was talking to somebody else about the security people who work for some kind of security company who was talking to and saying that it was some kind of breach or some shit. Something like that. And he was saying something like that. I'm trying to ask him see if he'll come out with it. I might just ask him straight up like I heard you saying something about uh, you was talking to the security. Or I might just be like, what you think happened to the phone? You think it was a solar flare? You think it was something, just something subtle, to get, we serve planners, Yaquab is a, see if I get some information out of people who he talked to. Because people be knowing people who release information who motherfuckers who ain't gonna, who ain't gonna hit, and when I say people, I mean the Edomites, man. And Esau kingdom is falling. This place, America is done, and Esau, is done. This whole rulership is almost over with, man. You know, see, man, get out of there. Yeah, and this whole rulership almost over with, man. Let me see. It's a massive cell phone outages spark dire warning It's a massive cell phone outage sparked dire warning from Republicans. It's a Senator Mark Rubio issued a dire warning about what happened if the U.S. were victim to cyber attacks. You know what if U.S. were victim to cyber attacks after a massive cell phone outage affected Americans on Thursday? A large-scale cell phone outage struck AT&T on Thursday, leaving customers unavailable to make phone calls or send text messages. Instead, any Instead, an SOS symbol. It should have been a SOL shit out of luck symbol was displayed on their phone screen in the place where the cell service is typically showed your G's. They say the widespread outages began after 3 a.m. Them ungodly hours where they do they work in the dark. Do all manners of wickedness in the dark. Began after 3 a.m. Eastern time. It's a Thursday morning and peaked around 10 a.m. when about 74,000 AT&T users reported having issues with their cell phone services, according to monitor website Down Detector, in which I ain't reporting, and I'm pretty sure hundreds and thousands, even millions of other people ain't even reported. It's like, they'll get it back up, you know. They say many details about the outage include what caused it remain unclear. See, they still saying it remain unclear what caused it. So could it have been a cyber attack? They say remain unclear, cause it remain unclear Thursday. AT&T said in a statement the company is working urgently to restore services to customers, but has not provided a reason for outage. Rubio, a Florida Republican, responded to the outages with a warning about what may happen in the case of a cyber attack from China. He said he said that scenario would be 100 times worse than what Americans experienced Thursday morning in the post to X social media platform, formerly known as Twitter. Yep, and it is gonna be worse. Let me go and find Klaus Schwab, my boy.
We all know, but still
And this was in 2020, July 8th, 2020, during the time of the PD.
pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
Yep, and that's pretty much what
thousand
that was the
dollars.
point on it. I'm pretty much gonna close it out too. I've been going for a minute. Let's get it, cause all of a sudden we're gonna be in this time right here. All of a sudden we're gonna be in this time. This Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 4. And these are the words the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And who gonna be saved out of it? The elect gonna be saved out of it. So we coming into the times of JT, man, Jacob's trouble. Shut up. We coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. All hell breaking loose, and it's gonna happen all of a sudden. Ain't gonna be no warning. Here comes Jacob's trouble. Your warning is what they doing now. We warning you. We let you know what these devils doing. That they hatred for you is not going away. He want to exterminate, you first and foremost. Then the coiling of the herd. The rest of the people, even the other nations. You want to knock you people down, man. It's too many people on earth. He say, according to his wicked Ten Commandments, the Georgia Guidestone. Think them people playing? Them folks ain't playing, man. The WEF, the UN, when these niggas sit down in these meetings and don't nobody hear about it but them, with which they trying to push the world to be so a democracy world, and basically for the people. The people don't be knowing what the hell be going on. you know, these people finna show you that they on some whole other dictator, oppressive, totalitarian order that they want to bring to the earth. That they new world order. And these niggas ain't gonna show no mercy. Esau's finna get real. This nigga finna show his true color. This nigga finna be, man. It's unexplainable what's finna go on. All we can do is bring the scriptures out. And the Lord gave us the spirit to see that it's gonna be real, real bad. And the only way you can prepare for this time that's coming is turning back to the Lord and getting up under the Lord's wings, under the shadow of the Lord's wing, up underneath the protection of the Lord. Because everybody who's not up underneath the protection of the Lord, they finna get caught out there. And the Lord finna bring judgment in the earth. And he using and utilizing each and every thing that he can to bring judgment. Even Esau, even all these people, all these heathens, and 2/3. The Lord gonna be manipulating everybody. What they say, you kill two birds with one stone. Rough paraphrase. Gonna be using people to bring judgment and bringing judgment on the people he used. It's gonna get chaotic in the earth, man. And all signs pointing to what start with the apostles and elders been saying. We're coming into those times, man. So gird up your loins, and gather that oil into your vessels. You know, be that wise virgin and not that foolish virgin. So with that, Shalom, come y'all, in the above, ball. Shalom.